Coming into school number 4, Keyshawn Hall looks to bring a lot of experience to Bruce Pearl's Tigers this season. Coming off his last season with UCF, Hall averaged 18.8 points per game, 7.1 rebounds per game, and 2.4 assists per game. He also shot 42.7 from the floor and just under that magic 36 from 3. Hall is an extremely physical player coming in at 6'7", 235 pounds, using his physicality to be a dominant defender. He is also a dynamic scoring threat, able to get a bucket from all over the floor, create shots off the dribble, and finish with either hand at the rim.
Yeah, and while he may lack some lateral quickness and off-the-ball IQ at times, he has plenty of tools in his bag to help him gain more than enough skills this offseason and excel to be one of the best players in the SEC. Can he raise that level for Bruce Pearl this season? Guys, welcome to the Portal. This is our third edition of the Portal series as we go through the top 10 transfer portal commits to the SEC coming to the conference this season. Keyshawn Hall being number 3 here for the Auburn Tigers. At Auburn, Hall is expected to play a pivotal role, bringing his scoring prowess and physicality to the Tigers lineup. His ability to stretch the floor and create mismatches will be a valuable asset for Auburn's offense coming this season. With continued development, particularly in his defensive consistency and ball handling, Hall has the potential to make a significant impact this year. Hall's journey through multiple programs has also provided him with a diverse skill set and a wealth of experience. And you know how much that matters in the SEC. We saw how much experience mattered last year for the Auburn Tigers. And at Auburn, he has the opportunity to refine his game and be a dynamic star there in War Eagle country. Maddie, let's go through the scouting report and what scouts are kind of saying about Keyshawn Hall, because there's certainly expectations for this kid.
For sure. I mean, we've already kind of touched on it. He's got amazing versatility when it comes to scoring. He's a big guy, 6'7", 235 pounds for a guard. He's able to score at all 3 levels. Missed only 35% from 3 with 18.8 points per game, 7.1 boards, and 2.4 assists. Again, he's comfortable shooting off the dribble or while he's in motion, and he's got some polished post moves, spin finishes, and he's able to have a soft touch around the rim. That is going to be massive as a guy who can do it all, especially coming into this team that's going to have a lot of rebuilding to do this season.
He's got that physicality, that finishing ability. He's got a strong frame to overpower small defenders and draw those fouls that you're looking for to get to that free throw line. But with that size as well, when you talk about a front court player as a wing, someone like that, he's averaging 7.1 rebounds per game. And his length is effective, and he can disrupt passing lanes as well on the defensive end, creating those deflections out there, opportunity for a turnover for somebody out there. And he's got good playmaking and ball IQ, displays some solid awareness at times, and can pass up, pass out of the drives, get his spot opportunities as available, and he's a good off-ball cutter and just transition option out there. And then he's just competitively tough, resilient, willing, initiates the offense, and he's got a lot of confidence and aggression in his game. But he's got areas to improve as well when it comes to what he's doing. And we talked about the IQ portion of it. I'm going to jump down the list here, and he can get tunnel vision. And that's kind of the problem that like a lot of people are seeing when it comes to like he's got high ball IQ. He also makes a lot of mistakes. That tunnel vision, you got to start playing hero ball a little bit and got some hero ball tendencies in him just a little bit and be a little inconsistent at times, especially in a high usage set. So that's going to be the area that a lot of Auburn fans need to be paying attention to with Keyshawn Hall this offseason.
Yeah, and I think some of that tunnel vision kind of relates to being able to find an identity. Like we said, he is a big, big dude for a guard, and it kind of makes him lack a clear fit. He's kind of too big to be a traditional wing, but he's too small and a little bit limited when it comes to being the big man. So that's kind of one of those he's going to have to hash out there with Bruce Pearl, especially when it comes to finding his role within a new team. He's also got to pick up some defensive consistency as well. Like you said, he's got that tunnel vision. He can lose focus off the ball. And being a big guy that he is, his footwork may cause some issues and limit some of his abilities.
Yeah, and that's going to be mainly when he's up against, quicker guards, guys who have a quick elite first step. Those are the guys that are going to be challenging Hall quite a bit out there. So there's some number threes out there in the SEC that can cause some problems out there. But when you talk about his finishing and efficiency at the rim, it's been really solid, but the efficiency numbers there can be up and down. He was 50.6% on layups and at the rim shots last season. And also, he can kind of go into an ISO heavy scoring style at time. Goes back to that tunnel vision conversation where it's like, it's I'm gonna shine moments, and it's not anything on him. We've seen plenty of players do that, and sometimes you need the ball in your hands, but like it's knowing the opportunity and knowing the situation when you need to be in an ISO heavy scoring style motion there. And then as an athlete, he's not an elite athlete. He's limited in the explosiveness and quickness can hinder some of that rim separation and that defensive mobility that he has at times. But overall, like we've got some areas of improvement here that need to be worked out this offseason, and particularly how he's going to fit in Auburn and everything else. He's a really good basketball player. Like, no, don't everybody get stuck. Like, we're talking about these are areas to improve, but it's really like more like the focused areas. Like, like good at this, needs to get better here is the bottom dash bullet point under that. And that's kind of who he is. He's a very good all around basketball player. So for this year, Maddie, I really want to talk about this because Auburn's new. This is a new Auburn team. Everything's different. Just how large of a role do you anticipate Keyshawn Hall playing this season for Auburn?
I mean, I think he's going to play a very large role at Auburn. We've talked about it before. This is a rebuilding season for Bruce Pearl. You lost all of your star prospects, all your star guys that have been in there outside of somebody in the backcourt. So you've got this guy who's kind of in that transitional piece where he might be able to play a four, could probably play a three as well. I really think it's going to depend on what team you're going up against because like you said you could have some guys who are going to be dangerous for him to match up with at three, but I think he's going to be able to be a big playmaker in this team and get a lot of setup because he is coming from a good program at UCF and he's been able to do numbers and show out over there. So I think that translates really well to Bruce Pearl's program in Auburn.
Well, the numbers are nice. You gotta like the numbers: 18.8 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, 2.4 assists. Really good basketball player. You gotta love the numbers, but you slide over a couple of columns here and you look at the spreadsheet, and break down what Auburn's situation is going to be. When it comes to upperclassmen, you got Bashir, who's coming from the JUCO level. Keyshawn Murphy is going to be a big player on this game. He's another upperclassman joining in here. And then the only other upperclassman in this team is Kevin Overton, who saw limited minutes at time at Texas Tech. Keyshawn Hall has to be the guy this year for Auburn. He has to be a big part of what they're going to do. And he has to work well with Todd Pettiford. Like Todd Pettiford being the number one guard and Keyshawn out there on the wing. That's got to work for Auburn to be successful this season. So those pairings are very, very important. And not to mention, there's a lot of freshmen on this Auburn team who are going to be out there trying to make a name for themselves and take a big role in the backcourt here, and it may fit better in the situation that they have here. You talk about guys like Caden Magwood is going to be out there probably looking at a number 2 spot. And then Sebastian Williams-Adams are going to come out there, is going to be taking up the 4, but like, let's not... Keyshawn Hall 6'7", 240. Sebastian Williams-Adams is 6'8", 230. Like, those guys are going to be fighting for minutes at some point down the way on how they're going to be put in there. Now, you can have Williams-Adams at the 4 and Hall at the 3, and if you can make it work, that's going to be successful. When you talk about that key fit issue, that's where like finding that role that works for all parties involved is going to be a big part of what's going to happen next at Auburn. But this kid has got to be the guy because he's the one with the experience. He's the one with the power conference experience, and he's one of the few upperclassmen here that are going to be leading this team if they're going to find a way to succeed this season out there on the plains. Any follow-up thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's just finding kind of get in where you fit in with Keyshawn Hall. He's gonna have to kind of find his way with this Auburn team as much as the other guys that are coming in. But I trust in Bruce Pearl is a great coach, great with the X's and O's and figuring out where guys need to fit to be able to be successful. So I think we're gonna have a great year from Hall, and I think we're gonna see Auburn do a little bit better than some people may be expecting.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the expectation with Auburn. We don't know exactly where they're going to go. Hey guys, thank you for checking out this episode with the portal. And by the way, while we do expect Auburn to be good, that's also because they have some really good freshmen that are coming in here. So make sure that you stick around for freshman 15 this season, as both Sebastian Williams Adams and Caden Magwood will be in our freshman 15. So Auburn fans, definitely check that out. We got more episodes of the portal on the way, but until then, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Thanks, guys.